channel PMM class. In this video I am going to discuss force, that is about force and factors associated with the magnitude of force needed and force, both magnitude and direction. So let's come try to understand it.
We all know that motion is an integral part of our life. In class 7, we have talked about the details of the motion of an object moving along a straight line. We now know that the motion of an object can be uniform or non uniform in nature. However, we have not yet looked at the cause of motion. When and why does the speed of an object change with time? Suppose there is a train which is standing at a station. In such case, the train is in motionless, that is in rest position. But if the train starts to move on its track, then the train comes in motion. We all know that an object at rest does not start moving on its own. Some effort is needed to make it move from one position to another. If a table needs to be moved from one position to another, an effort or force needs to be exerted in order to move the table. In this case, we will exert force in the direction we desire to move the table in order to shift it from here to there. Similarly, a football needs to be kicked so that the player can send it over a distance. As soon as he kicks, the football comes in motion. Some kind of external agency is involved and its effect can be noticed or felt quite easily. It follows that we need an external force to move a body from its rest position or to stop a moving body. For example, we can stop a ball rolling down an inclined plane by applying a force against the direction of its motion. We can thus say that force is a push or pull which comes into play when there is an interaction of one object to another object. For example, when we wish to change the position of a study table in our room, we have to push it. The study table does not move due to our presence alone. There has to be an interaction, that is push or pull, between us and the study table. The study table begins to move in the direction of the applied force. From all these previous examples, we came to know that a force is a push or pull upon an object resulting from its interaction with another object. Whenever there is an interaction between the two objects, some force acts between them. When the interaction ceases, the force between them no longer exists. Force exists only as a result of interaction. A bullock cart only moves when these axes pull the vehicle by using their muscle power. But as soon as they stop, the cut also stops. Hence, there exists no motion or force. Do you know? Force does not always involve effort by living beings like humans or animals. Force can also be due to many natural causes. We may not be able to see such forces but can still feel or observe their effects on objects, such as when strong winds of air blow, we can feel a kind of pressure against our body. Effects of force: change in the state of motion. A change in either the speed of an object or its direction of motion or both is described as a change in its state of motion. If we push a ball in right direction, it moves to the right. But if we suddenly apply force from left side, the direction of moving ball changes. It starts to move in left direction. In such case, we can say that the ball is going through a change of motion. Let's do another activity. Take a ball and gently push it. It starts to move. Now push it harder. What do you observe? Is there any change in its speed? Does it increase or decrease? Yes, the speed increases. Roll the ball on the tabletop and now push against the motion of the ball. What do you observe in this case? That the speed of the ball decreases and it can come to rest. Next, push the ball at an angle to the direction of motion of ball. What do you observe? The moving ball changes its direction. From all the activities, we realize that if the applied force acts on a body along with its direction of motion, the speed of the body will increase. If the direction of force on the body is opposite to its direction of motion, the speed will decrease. If the force acts as an angle to the direction of motion, it can change the speed as well as the direction of motion. Our common experience also tells us that many a time the application of force does not result in a change in the state of rest or motion of the body. For example, we do not observe any motion when we try to push a heavy stone. A force may not, therefore, always succeed in bringing a change in the state of motion of an object. Sometimes it only tends to do so. Change in size or shape of an object. We know that to make a chapati, we must take same dough and then roll it between the palms to make it spherical. You can see here a potter makes pots of different sizes and shapes from kneaded clay. In all these situations, the changes in size or shape or both take place due to the force applied on them. We can now say that a force may make an object move from rest, change the speed of a moving object, change the direction of a moving object, bring a change in the size or shape of an object, cause two or more or all of these effects. Law of inertia. An object continues to be in motion with the same speed and in the same direction unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. It is a natural tendency of objects to resist any change in their state of rest or motion. This is known as the law of inertia. For example, a moving car continues to maintain its speed until we apply brakes to stop it. Factors associated with the magnitude of force needed. We know that harder we kick a football, faster it moves. It means that greater is the applied force, greater is the change in the speed of the object. Magnitude of force. If we apply a force F on both truck and car, we will observe that the speed with which the car moves will be more than the speed with which the truck will move, because the car is a lighter object. Hence, the lighter objects need less force for carrying out its change of motion. We thus realize the mass of an object and the value of the change in its speed are both important parameters that determine the magnitude of the force needed. What is spring balance? Spring balance is a simple device that can be used for measuring the force acting on an object. It consists of a colloid spring which gets stretched when a force is applied to it. Stretching of the spring is measured by a pointer moving on a gratitude scale. The reading on the scale gives the magnitude of the force. The SI unit of force is 1 Newton. The force is said to be 1 Newton if it produces an acceleration of 1 meter per second square in a body of mass 1 kilogram. From here we get that force equal to ma, that is mass into acceleration. Force has both magnitude and direction. It is now easy to understand that we need to know both the magnitude of force and the direction in which it acts to completely specify it. When we change either the direction or the magnitude or both of the applied force, its effect changes.